Hello, my name is Nur Alisha Akmal and I would like to present about question 1, how to calculate the ratio for Seri Meru Sendirian Berhad. First, current ratio. To calculate current ratio, the formula is current asset divided by current liabilities, which is 142890000 divided to 37480000, and the total is 3.81 times. For inventory turnover is sales divided by inventories, which is 25450000 divided with 56370000, and total is 4.15 times. Number 3 is average collection period. Account receivable divide to sales time with 365 day, which is 71870000 divide to 25450000 times with 365 day, and the total is 103 days. Non-current assets turnover. To calculate non-current assets turnover, the formula is amount of sales divided to amount of non-current assets, which is 25450000 divided with 4748000, and the total is 5.63 times. Number 5, total assets turnover. The formula to calculate total assets turnover is sales divided with total asset, which is 25450000 divided with 19037000, and the total amount is 1.34 times. Number 6 is debt ratio. This is how I calculate debt ratio of Seri Meru Sendirian Berhad. The formula is total liabilities divided with total assets times with 100, which is 55380000 divided with 19037000 times with 100, and the total amount is 21.1%. Number 7 is times interest earned. To calculate times interest earned, the formula is amount of earning before interest tax divided with amount of interest, which is 35000000 divided with 2500000, and the total is 40 times. Number 8 is net profit margin. To calculate net profit margin, the formula is amount of net income divided with amount of sales times with 100, which is 24000000 divided with 25450000 times with 100, and the total is 4.51 times. Number 9 is return on assets. To calculate return on assets, the formula is the amount of net income divided with amount of total assets and times with 100, which is 240000 divided with 19037000 times with 100, and the total is 12.6%. Number 10 is return on equity. This is how I calculate return on equity of Seri Meru Sendirian Berhad. The formula is total net income divided with ordinary share times with 100, which is 55380000 divided with 134990000 times with 100, and the total amount is 70.80%.
Hi, my name is Amni. I will answer for the question 1 to Romans about explanation of the firm liquidity, leverage, profitability and asset management ratio. Firstly is cash ratio. Cash ratio of Seri Meru Sendirian Berhad is good because of cash ratio is 3.8, higher than industry of 2.5. It shows that the company is high liquid to pay current liability. Second, inventory turnover. Inventory turnover for Seri Meru Sendirian Berhad is 4.5 rather than industry, which is 4.5. That means number of time a company has sold and replenished its inventory over a specific amount of time. A higher ratio is more desirable than a low one, as a high ratio tends to point to strong sales. Third is average collection period. Average collection period for the Seri Meru Sendirian Berhad is 103 days rather than industry, which is only takes 18 days. This that shows industry period more good than Sri Meru Sdn Bhd because of low average collection periods indicates that an company or industry collects payment faster. The next one is non-current asset turnover. Non-current asset turnover for the Sri Meru Sdn Bhd is 5.36 and for the industry is 4.1. It shows that Sri Meru Sdn Bhd is good compared to the industry because of the higher the asset turnover ratio. The more efficient a company is at generating revenue from its assets. For the fifth, total asset turnover. Total asset turnover for the Sri Meru Sdn Bhd is 1.34. It's not good rather than industry, which is 1.5. It is because a company with a high asset turnover ratio operates more efficiently as compared to competitors with a lower ratio.
Debt ratio. Debt ratio for Sri Meru Sdn Bhd is 29.1%, is more risk rather than industry 22%. It shows that high debt ratio indicates that a business could be in danger if their creditors were to suddenly insist on the repayment of their loans. Time interest earned. Time interest earned for Sri Meru Sdn Bhd is 14 times is more good rather than industry 9.6 times. Because of a higher times interest earned ratio is favorable, it means that the company presents less of a risk to investors and creditors in terms of solvency. Net profit margin. Net profit margin for the Sri Meru Sdn Bhd is 9.4%, is not good rather than industry 10%. It is because the higher the ratio, the more cash the company has available to distribute to shareholders or invest in new opportunities. Return on asset. Return on asset for the Sri Meru Sdn Bhd is 12.6%, is not good than industry 15%. Because of the higher the return on asset, the more efficient the company is at generating profit. Return on equity. Return on equity for the Sri Meru Sdn Bhd is 17.8%, is lower than industry 19.23%, which means industry is more good for the return on equity because of the higher the return of equity, the more efficient a company's management is at generating income and grow from its equity financing.
Three Romans about witness and the action company can take. For the first one, the witness is about debt levels, which means that business with high debt levels may find it difficult to keep their cash ratio high because it's paying down debt may take up an important amount of their cash flow. Conversely, business with lower debt loads can be better able to keep their cash ratio higher. So, for the alternative, a business might lower its immediate liabilities if the terms of the credit are no longer beneficial. The company may start making cash payments for expenses. Additionally, the business can assess its expenditure and work to cut costs overall, which will lessen its responsibility to make payments. Second point for this question is profitability are lower because of market awareness. A company cannot generate enough revenue to support itself. It does not have enough clients. For this reason, it's imperative that firms concentrate on marketing and bringing in new clients. Understanding the market dynamics that can result in low margins and profitability is crucial for business owners. Then the action is, for example, Spritzer companies can design the new recycled material bottle, design Spritzer natural mineral water. The bottle has an ergonomic grip and a sleek, contemporary contour that resembles a droplet of water. The inspiration for the new corporate logo with the turquoise color scheme, which is a combination of blue and green, symbolizes the purity, peacefulness, serenity, and peace of nature. Customer can recycle and give the new bottle made of sustainable packaging new life, both of which directly contribute to a decrease in carbon emission. From that, company can attract the customer and increase their profit because of innovation of product.
Hi, my name is Nurul Zulaika binti Zulkarnain, and I'm going to explain about question number 2. Based on Spritzer annual report, there is strong financial growth over the past 3 years. In 2020, their revenue was 308,450 million, which increased to 3,126 million in 2021, and further jumped to a remarkable 433,300 million in 2022. This demonstrates a steady growth and a significant increase in earnings. Spritzer achieved a 7.33% increase in revenue from 2020 to 2021. The most exciting development was seen from 2021 to 2022, with a substantial 30.85% increase in revenue. So next, for the net income, there was a decline in 2020, but Spritzer experienced a remarkable recovery and growth in 2021 and 2022. Their net income surged by 52.58% from 24,239 million to 36,965 million in 2022. Lastly, for the expenses, Spritzer annual report shows a 25.05% increase in 2021 compared to the previous year, indicating higher spending on business operation and other activities. Next, I'm going to talk about the factors that contribute to those changes. For the first factors is operational efficiency. Spritzer is a leading bottled water company in Malaysia with popular brands like Spritzer and Cactus. They have 3 water plants and 1 packaging plant in Malaysia, producing 1 billion liters of bottled water. They also export to China, UK, and the Netherlands. The second factor is risk management. In managing risk, Spritzer ensures a stable water supply, handle supply chain uncertainties, and addresses customer loyalty and regulatory compliance. They also have qualified staff and efficient processes. The last factor is strategic direction. To stay competitive, Spritzer focuses on delivering high-quality products that meet consumer preferences and health needs. They also improve internal processes, expand market coverage, and aim to increase sales volume. They also exploring opportunities in other regional markets. Thank you.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Afika Yasmin binti Nur Azmi and my ID is MDB22111030 and I will answer the question 3. Question 3, Roman 1. Explain the distinction between these two analyses, trend analysis and interfirm comparison. Firstly, the definition. Trend analysis is known as the process of evaluating a company's financial data over time to detect patterns, trends, and changes. Interfirm comparison refers to comparing a company's performance to that of its industry peers or competitors. Next, the importance. Trend analysis support financial managers in understanding the direction of the firm's financial performance. And managers can determine if the performance is increasing, steady, or deteriorating by analyzing the patterns in important financial indicators such as profits, expenses, and revenues, and other significant measures. While interfirm comparison compares a company's financial performance to industry average or competitors, which assists financial managers in determining how well the company performs in comparison with the other business in the same market. The third one is the advantages. Trend analysis provides insights into the firm's historical performance, allowing for better decision making by foreseeing future obstacles or possibilities. While interfirm comparison provides a more comprehensive perspective for assessing a company's financial health. It enables financial managers to identify company standards and standard procedures, which can then be used to establish realistic performance, target, and plans. Lastly, the use in decision making. Trend analysis aids long-term strategic planning and decision-making by identifying historical trends that might affect future expectation and aspiration. And meanwhile, interfirm comparison assists in the establishment of the benchmarks and performance goals based on the industry standards, and it aids in identifying areas where a firm may need to improve in order to remain competitive. Next is question 3, Roman 2. Explain some inherent problems and constraints of ratio analysis using examples. Firstly, price changes and inflation. The problem is the changes in the general price level may influence the interpretation of the financial statistics, particularly those relating to inventory and fixed asset. For example, inflation may cause an overestimation of the inventory value, affecting the current ratio and inventory turnover. Next is seasonal variation. Seasonal changes in the sales and expenses may confuse financial ratio interpretation if not properly handled. And for example, during the holiday season, retailer may have suffer high inventory turnover, resulting in a temporary distortion in inventory-related ratios. Other than that, the limited historical context. Okay, without taking into account historical trends, ratio may not provide an accurate picture of a company's performance. For example, a company's present ratio may be within the industry average, but determining whether it is improving or worsening is difficult without knowing its history pattern. And lastly, failure to consider external factors. The problem is the ratio analysis may fail to account for external economic, political, or industry-specific issues influencing a company's performance. For example, a sudden change in the government regulations or a global economic downturn can impact a company's ratios, but these factors may not be captured in the analysis.